am deeply grateful for your welcome in the name of the all Americans.
Did you see him? Pope Francis stirs energy and excitement, waving and smiling to enormous crowds lining Washington, D.C. streets and sharing a message of hope, devotion, and service. The Pope's first full day in the United States is coming to a close.
Yeah, I'll bet he's glad this day is coming to a close, too. The 78-year-old's stamina, pretty impressive. Today he met with the president, took part in a huge parade, and canonized a missionary. Tonight we have team coverage of today's events and a look ahead to the Pope's all-important speech to Congress tomorrow. We begin with Kate Amara live on the National Mall. And Kate, I can imagine Pope Francis will sleep well tonight. He must be exhausted.
He'd better, Donna, because wait, there's more. There is so much more to come. And tomorrow, to me, is an example of what makes Pope Francis such a fascinating figure. What's happening here at the U.S. Capitol tomorrow. This man is so normal that it's radical. The first thing he did after he was elected Pope, he called his dentist back in Argentina to say, not going to be able to make that next appointment I have scheduled. Yet at the same time, he's so adored. He's one of the most powerful people in the world. And that dichotomy is on display and all lit up behind me tonight here in the National Mall. You see the dome of the U.S. Capitol building, and then you see two of many jumbotrons that are all lit up on the National Mall tonight. And that's because Pope Francis tomorrow will become the first pope in American history to address a joint meeting of Congress. But at the same time, any regular old Joe who wants to hear it can come right down here in the mall and do so. With more on what's to come and what he's already done, here's Sally Kidd.
Kate, there's been much speculation about what Pope Francis will say to Congress. He steered clear of political references during the Mass here this afternoon, but earlier in the day, he did bring up several hot-button issues. Celebrating Mass at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception, Pope Francis's message was one of acceptance and inclusion.
We must regain the conviction that we need one another, that we have a shared responsibility for others and for the world.
A message that resonated with many of the faithful.
He appealed to everybody of all races and ethnicity and religion.
You could feel the impact and the love and the soul of Christ within him, and it was amazing.
Earlier, the Pope's message touched on more of the political issues that divide the nation. At the White House, he praised President Obama's call for urgent action on climate change.
I find it encouraging that you are proposing an initiative for reducing air pollution.
He referred to himself as a son of an immigrant, later telling U.S. bishops immigration enriches America and its church.
Open your arms and to them and welcome them without fear. Offer them the warmth and love of Christ.
The pontiff denounced hunger, violence, and abortion.
It is wrong, then, to look the other way or remain silent.
And so if today is any indication, we are expecting the Pope to touch on some of those same controversial topics when he becomes the first Pope to address a joint meeting of Congress. Reporting from Washington, Sally Kidd, WBAL-TV 11 News. Kate.
And an itinerary this full means Pope Francis has been on the move. He's been motorcading across town and back again, and lots of savvy locals are on the case. Once again tonight, they are outside of the Vatican Embassy, hoping for a Pope Francis sighting and perhaps some of that famous Pope Francis improvisation. And he delivered tonight before he went in for the night. He said hi to the crowd. He gave handshakes and he gave hugs, too. Staking out your turf was also a key strategy if you wanted to sight the Pope-mobile. To see this in person, it took foresight. You needed a strategy, and you had to get up early.
12 a.m.
7 p.m. last night.
Midnight.
1 a.m.
That's to get here. To stay here took some MacGyvering. Stuck in the sun? Make your own shade. Lose sight of your group? Not if you dress alike.
It's easy to find them, and then they can also find me too if we were to get separated.
Other tactics we spotted along the Pope Mobile parade route: keep the kids occupied and fed, and make new friends.
Who do y'all here to see? Pope Francis!
Never know, they might share the best seat in the house. Or the best photo of Francis.
One of the pictures looked like he was staring right at me. If you look at it, it looks like we're making eye contact. So it's a very special image.
A shot so good, she spent the next 30 minutes
Here's a good one right here.
texting it to the rest of us. Governor Larry Hogan will meet the Pope tomorrow at an event at Catholic Charities downtown. His office says the governor will ask the Pope to pray and bless all cancer patients. And it is at the site of that event, G and 10th Streets, right near the Verizon Center, where we've seen some of the most activity and most security measures going into place for Pope Francis's visit. They're turning that block into a giant restaurant. Pope Francis will stop there and visit the St. Maria's Meals program. He'll be visiting with hundreds of the homeless clients who are fed there every single week. The big question we had is, will the Pope actually sit down and eat? The folks who run that place told me, probably not. They say he actually prefers to move around and talk to as many people as possible instead of chewing. Reporting live from the National Mall tonight, I'm Kate Amara. Donna, Stan, back to you.
Kate, thank you. A nice job in Washington today. And a reminder, you can watch the Pope's public events live online and in our app and see how Maryland Catholics are celebrating this historic visit. It's all on our website, WBALTV.com, and our free mobile app. Just click Papal Visit.